Let me ask you something. How often do you hold back because you're afraid? Afraid of failing, of being judged, or of not being good enough? Here's the thing. These fears are universal. They've plagued humans for thousands of years. But what if I told you there's a philosophy over 2,000 years old that can teach you how to overcome these fears and build unshakable confidence? Stick around, because today we're diving into the 3 most powerful Stoic lessons that can completely transform your mindset. Amor fati, love your fate. Let's start with a concept that might sound strange but is incredibly liberating. Amor fati. It's Latin for love of fate. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Think about that. What if, instead of resisting or fearing the obstacles in your life, you embrace them as necessary? What if you could see setbacks not as failures but as fuel for your growth? Here's an example. When Thomas Edison's factory burned down in 1914, destroying years of work, he reportedly told his son, "Go get your mother. She'll never see a fire like this again." Instead of mourning, he started rebuilding the very next day. That's amor fati in action, embracing even the most difficult events as opportunities. In modern psychology, this aligns with cognitive reframing, shifting your perspective to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Studies show that people who adopt this mindset experience less stress and higher levels of resilience. Whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, how can this make me stronger? Write it down. Reflect on how this moment, no matter how tough, can serve your growth. Practicing discomfort. The second lesson is about deliberately stepping into discomfort. The Stoics believe that comfort breeds weakness, while discomfort strengthens resilience. Epictetus, another great Stoic thinker, said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." One way Stoics practiced this was through voluntary hardship. For example, they would wear simple clothes, eat basic food, or expose themselves to cold to remind themselves that they could endure hardship and survive. Modern example? Think of Navy SEALs. Their training, intentionally grueling and uncomfortable, is designed to prove that they can handle extreme stress. That same principle applies to everyday life. When you deliberately expose yourself to small discomforts, like waking up early, taking cold showers, or facing a difficult conversation, you're training your mind to remain steady under pressure. Research supports this too. Exposure therapy is a proven method in psychology to help people overcome fears by gradually exposing themselves to the things they're afraid of. Practicing discomfort works in much the same way. Choose one small discomfort to embrace this week. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier, skipping your favorite dessert, or speaking up in a meeting. Notice how it strengthens your confidence. The Serenity Prayer, Stoic Edition. Finally, we have what I call the Stoic Serenity Prayer. You might know the famous prayer, "Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference." This aligns perfectly with the Stoic idea of controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. Epictetus wrote, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." Here's the key. Confidence comes from focusing only on what is within your control. Your actions, your reactions, and your mindset are all within your power. But the opinions of others? Totally outside your control. Take Eleanor Roosevelt as an example. She famously said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." She lived through criticism, scrutiny, and immense pressure. Yet by focusing on what she could control, her actions and character, she became one of the most respected figures in history. Every day, write down one worry. Then ask yourself, is this within my control? If it is, take action. If it's not, let it go. Visualizing worst-case scenarios, premeditatio malorum. Here's an advanced Stoic technique for overcoming fear: premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This exercise involves visualizing worst-case scenarios in your mind to prepare for them emotionally. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By imagining the worst that could happen, you take away its power over you. Let's say you're afraid of failing a big project. Imagine it's already happened. How would you recover? What could you learn? Often you'll realize that even the worst-case scenario isn't as bad as your fears make it out to be. In therapy, this approach is called cognitive diffusion. It involves detaching yourself from catastrophic thoughts and observing them objectively. Take a fear you're currently facing and write down the absolute worst outcome. Then write out how you would handle it. Notice how this shifts your mindset from fear to preparation. Practicing gratitude for the present. Stoics also emphasize the importance of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reminds you of what you already have, which builds confidence in your ability to handle life's challenges. Take the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor. Even in the darkest circumstances, he found meaning and gratitude for small moments of humanity and hope. This mindset gave him the strength to endure unimaginable suffering and later inspire millions through his book Man's Search for Meaning. Research backs this up. Studies on gratitude show that people who regularly practice it have higher levels of optimism and resilience. Start a daily gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Over time, you'll find yourself feeling more resilient and confident. Bonus: cultivating a role model mindset. The Stoics often look to role models for guidance. Marcus Aurelius admired his predecessors and sought to emulate their virtues. By identifying people you respect and analyzing how they act under pressure, you create a mental blueprint for your own behavior. In modern terms, this is called modeling in psychology. When you emulate someone's confidence and resilience, you're more likely to internalize those traits. Choose a role model, someone you admire for their confidence and strength. Study their behavior and ask yourself, how would they handle this situation? Then, act accordingly. So there you have it. The 6 most powerful Stoic lessons for unshakable confidence. Amor fati. Embrace every challenge as fuel for growth. Practicing discomfort. Train your mind to handle adversity by stepping into discomfort. The Serenity Prayer. Focus only on what you can control and let go of the rest. Premeditatio malorum. Visualize worst-case scenarios to conquer fear. Practicing gratitude. Ground yourself in the present and appreciate what you have. Cultivating a role model mindset. Learn from those who embody the traits you admire. Confidence isn't about eliminating fear or doubt. It's about learning how to navigate them. And these Stoic principles give you a roadmap to do just that. Now it's your turn. Which of these lessons resonates with you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a confidence boost. Together, let's build a community of resilience and strength. See you in the next video.